see, we're here to have fun. And even though we're in America, a lot of people we have here today are from our nation. And since I have only one opportunity to talk to my people in my language, I will speak in my native language. Oh, you find out why you get that divine. I got two people. Naibo. I can have me. Oh, any, Kaluno. On telling the number, I can have no.
The interaction with Onitsha people was, it was a wonderful experience, I have to say. Regardless of any negativity, I think it's a wonderful experience because whenever you interact with your people, it's always a good thing. I think we were very collegial. It was almost like a family unit, a bigger one, and everybody got along. We supported each other. If people had things going on, people went out of their way to make sure they were comfortable.
It is incumbent upon us, as individuals who are placed in better circumstances, to help in any way that we can. The time to act is now, and we must not wait.
Believe that when the story of this country is told, you will have nothing to regret.
When I came to here,
What?
I had an idea. There were two people from Onitsha that I knew before coming. In fact, one of them I worked with him in the same office that left before me, some months before me. But when I came, I saw more people. I knew there were more people here I was told, but I didn't know them prior to them coming here. But when I came here, I found them.
And it was one time I went to Onitsha, that was 1986, and my father took me around to his friends. Every family that would go, they'll tell me, oh, Oyebuchi is there. Do you see him? John is there. Do you see him? That's how I know John Abutu. That is Sodogweze. John Abutu, I know the mother from Adams, because they were president and vice president of the age group with my dad. And I always go to message in their house. And but when John's mother asked me, did you see Chiwofi? It was like, man, I didn't, because I didn't go to the meeting. After that, I said, no, I will be there. And my answer will be, he doesn't come out. He doesn't come when we summon a meeting.
Many of us didn't know one another back home, but we got to know one another here. In fact, there was a cousin of mine that I met here. I didn't know him. I didn't even know we are related. But back home, I knew his mom and knew his parents because they come to our house all the time. And I call them aunties, but I didn't know their children. And when I came here, I met the child, I didn't know who he was until I went back to Nigeria again. And I saw the mom, and the mom just asked me what part of America I am in. That his town is in America too. He doesn't know if I know him. And he mentioned the name. I said, wow. In fact, not only do I know him, he lived with me too. I know him. You see your child? I thought I know the name is Onitsha, but I didn't know it's you in particular.
It was later on 1989, I went to Onitsha again. I was so happy that I was able to answer those questions. Oh, do you know Amecheche was there? I said, yeah. I talked to him before I left. Things like that. So everybody will know that we're reaching out to coaching everybody. Everybody will know, yes, even there. They say, yeah, I know. They say that California is 6 hours flight to New York. I said, yeah, but we talk.
The Onitsha community was pretty strong. It was from one person's house to the other. We lived just like we're in the villages, and we're in Nigeria, it was very close-knit. At that time, the same apartment complex that we lived in was the same place that Warrior and his wife lived. Warrior is also my first cousin too. His mother was Ebunike as well. So we're the same apartment complex. The same apartment complex where the sister also lived with her husband. So we're all very, very close-knit family.
Because some of us are here. When a new person comes in, we embrace him and tell him the do's and don'ts. We show them around, try to make that person settle. Don't feel homesick that much because people you know is around you. I remember taking a Saturday off to pick up somebody, show him the African market, and take him to the person that he's going to go tomorrow that will take him to where he will get a job. These are voluntary jobs that we do for each other that makes us in the honor.
So we got to know one another more that way. And we left Onitsha, but Onitsha didn't leave us. We didn't leave Onitsha Temple. We come here and we integrated ourselves very well.
We had opportunities to meet as a community, as family, within the environs that are close to us. And then we do go to other people's events. There were weddings and there were christenings and there were all kinds of stuff that would draw you to New York or to California or to another state. So, and that's how when one person finds out that something is happening in New York, they'll tell the others and we all get ready to go.
Thank you, sir. You got it, man. Very nice. Professional.
We started communally with each other because every now and then something happens, like someone is graduating or there's something happening in our nature, like our G, or we want to have a similar something, do something here to remind us of home, to feel like we are also home. So we will do something and call each other to come and partake.
Bride and bridegroom, ladies and gentlemen, nearby none. Around when the video is I think I use our man and video major wow. When I know money, it's going to close the flower. Yabo giant it's not done America. I want to get one man. I had one man. I didn't America not here. I had one man. I know it's not here. What's in a manabana? Could you go to the Munoka? Okay, it's going to be and Kaiko Manu Koyaka. I smoke a balaba. Ogabalba no tuku, Ogabalba de Ogabalba na. I wanna go say, Oba wike, Iwa kwa kwibe mwenwe. Ogorogondo, tuku gadebaba. Wamuta samu siwa kalaka. Koyale baka, waso taba. Eto anyi waso taba ngena na za. Bobo na. Kanke na unu aluka. Darren, I come my, I never can lie my la, I don't lie my la, I got to follow. Weso, ije munia talaka, oto konji malo pita. Ayana uwaya ebani bi. Ayin tabulu friends oka. So Messia Peter Biabo Bodo Ibo, Manamua Bozo Biaba. So Nyawa Biabo later on, for Peter. Maybe later. Mana Mua not Indiana, Nyawa Biaba Alabama.
Yeah, it's the Onitsha people. They are kind of unique people. They love to enjoy each other. I'm not saying that we are kind of discriminatory or something like that, but we love each other. You can see us, we quarrel, fight, but at the end of the day, we start laughing again.
And I want to be away saloon where enjoy kwa. So if I in the kubo, I bela kai ne belono. Never even na dinner winye, but madana bo involve get make or work. So on when so bona important thing bo una abanya resolve anya before una la rola.
Peter and Bonnie, MC Hugo, most of eventually but what all I will have to say now, but I congratulate you and wish you the best of luck now your marriage. I'm a no get be of mano.
Moi, Victor Quento, if you go na Ibia, Muna Nem, you go Webia, where Sikai Quaduno. Na even me, when I yo Lisa, Chuku, on Eluno, go goes here, as you know, no, no, Gabo, Uno Bog, Uno Bog, Ada Rocco, Agua Bully, eh? Ina iba in Vanosiaba. Never Egunadia, wedding Peter kind on ya, wedding Peter Nabona, eh? Iba in a pen, a pelletata now, or got lip it and I be Omuamu, Kaina chop, the other go. In Alia, Iba from all over, see, even in the web, just where's the kind of lip when they want later. Okay.
To enjoy each other, go to somebody's place during the weekend, we drink, sings all kind of our cultural sing at Onitsha. We start, after taking some booze of alcohol, we start singing, picking on each other.
The idea that somebody is coming to a particular state, right? There's communication, just like in Nigeria. The same thing happens. If you're going from Abakaliki to Enugu, they'll let you know what Onitsha person is there. There's no such thing as people are going to stay in a hotel, they're going to do this. They're usually going to stay in somebody's house. They stay there, they show them around, they find them a place to stay, they help orient that person. I think that continued, that whole vein of I am my brother's keeper and we are one family as Onitsha people. That continued.
After we moved here from Pennsylvania, she was new in the country, but I've been here, but still don't know a lot of people. Before we came, I had a friend called Joe Baike, Omo Baike, who knew some people in the area. So he introduced me or gave me the number for a guy, Ifanyo Jiba, who lives in Chicago. They knew each other, so I don't know Ifanyo, but we contacted him. And through that discussion, we became friends and invited him to the house. When he came, he found out that his grandmother and my wife's grandmother on the father's side are related. Actually, it's the same family, so it became like one big family.
With time, then we started forming it as an organization that let's have some rules of instance. Let's make it that we will use it to know where we live.
Nigerians, wherever they are, they like to form themselves into some kind of group. They always do that. They're known for that.
Some communities are small. They are not that big. So they cannot have a meeting group. So what they do is they look around and see the closest one. Some of us drive as far as 100 miles, 200 miles in order to be with one another. It also helped the community where those people are living to know that they do come from a group of people, that they belong, they have brothers, they have cousins in the community, So it kind of boosts their morale that their family members and the townspeople came to them.
The Onitsha Association, Onitsha Association it's nothing new in America. During the 60s, they have Onitsha Association in New York.
The meeting we have in New York has been continuous for over 50 years. The New York meeting that we have today has been continuous for over 50 years. We have people that retired and went home, like Dr. Onwara was a president of this same meeting. In he's gone. He's with the Lord now.
When I arrived in New York with that year, September 1981, there's a strong existence of Onitsha people, thanks to Okabue Akunne Auditor. Akunne Okabue Auditor. Both Azikiwe, Patrick Emagwale.
You know the Azikiwes, Ezen Azikiwe and their father was a New Yorker. This is the same meeting that they had during their own time. That's the same meeting that's ongoing today in New York.
My brother would take me to the Onitsha meeting. They would introduce me to everybody. And we were very welcome. And at a point, there was a friction. And we, the people that just came, realized that we are not going to let that relationship go down the drain. So we formed another Onitsha organization, but that Onitsha organization exempted the older people that were having frictions.
Yeah, I didn't join the meeting right away. There's a committee of friends. Then we were less than 20. We have committee of friends. And most of us did not join the meeting. It was after Oke Osalaka was the one that spoke to me several. He would tell me, I will pay the fees, you belong here, you need to come, and you need, and I gave in, and I've never looked back.
After a time, we decided to come together. And then we promised them, myself, Toles Tudemba, and Chukuma, Ezenia Chukuma, we were in the leadership of that organization. So after they want everybody to come together again, we decided that we told them in the meeting that if they would do that, we will dissolve our organization and everybody will join the whole Onitsha organization. It's a joint effort. Everybody is trying to relate to their own. And we don't see it as somebody being looking for supremacy or anything. It's just retaining our heritage and making things work for us and supporting each other.
Our first president was Dr. Gilbert Awabadum, and the vice president was Dr. Chike Ara.
To welcome our brothers and sisters who have joined us this evening. To you all, we welcome you to this great occasion. Thank you all.
There were many of us here. You know, this is Washington, D.C. area, capital. A lot of people like to come to the capital and not go to remote areas. So there was quite a number of us here.
Came out with the idea because I was already with two other Igbo associations, Anambra Association, and then wanted the number. So that's where I got the idea. Started in 1987. Early pioneers, myself, in fact, I initiated it. We were having a meeting monthly then in my apartment here in Washington, D.C. Over 3 years. About 3 years, the first 3 years, we're having it place. And every second Saturday in the month. Then from there, after about a year or two, after about 2 years, when we consolidated, we started having the meeting bi-monthly.
Yeah, we used to gather in his house to have our meetings. And in fact, we were rotating it from one person to the other. And when we grew in number, we decided to start renting space.
We are part of them, and they all came and joined us here. So that's how we started expanding. So, any other person that comes around Maryland, DC, or Virginia, we hear of us, or we invite them, we hear of them, they come and join us.
Like every Onitsha man or any Igbo man to say, when you go to a place, look for your people. That's very important, I started looking for my people, and I was lucky enough, and there was already an established association here, so I joined them. Started doing things with my people. That's it, and that's the advice I give to people. I say, look, when you go to a place, look for your own people. Your own people now will become your own family. and that's what it is.
When we got here, my husband, was had a lot of friends from Onitsha that he introduced me to, like Akokalia, Melefo, Ngeyi, Ilochi, Onwa, Abadom, Wezeki, Abadom too, and the rest of the Onitsha community there.
So I started the Onitsha one in Washington, D.C., called Onitsha Ado Association. In the Washington Metroplex, we called it.
In fact, our first gala that we had, we rented, the lodge, the Freemasons. They have their buildings. We rented one of them to do the first gala that we had on Onitsha Ado Association. We were the first ones to have one.
We invited other people, other Nigerians, because then when we do things like we do now, invite mostly Igbos. Then these things were in their early stages.
I remember the very first convention we had at, I believe it's a lodge in Edmonston City in Maryland here. The Onitsha community was, it was awesome, and it was nice seeing everybody. We all attended with the kids. It was a fun night.
When we extended invitation to outside, first of all we invited the people in New York, because they had the drummers, like Onitsha musical group.
We invited them to come to our event, and they brought their music equipment because we didn't have anything. We asked them to bring it, and we paid them. In fact, we paid them out of the proceeds from that gala.
We're the first to do all those things. We have the instrument, we still play, we will play. So our brothers here invited us, and we came. We went to Boston, we went to Texas, New York, the New York team. We were, really good ambassadors. And we went to all these other places. We play for them, we bring they're in their own states. It was New York, and I happened to be part of all of them. We're not in it to make money. We're not. No. Everywhere we go, anybody that was paid to the meeting. It's not, we don't keep the money. We account for it. Give to them.
That was me right there. I was there. I was so young. Look at my late brother, G.L. Goli. I missed him. Look at my cousin here, Uchili, and then where's Chianago. The New Yorkers, helped us, make that a very big success. And that actually gravitated to other associations, started doing the same.
We have a name of Onitsha Association going on. At a point, we decided to have a not-for-profit organization name. And then myself and Dr. Ado N'Idu was our president at that time. And there's three of us. We are assigned the responsibility of getting a not-for-profit organization.
In New York meeting back then, we actually had, when we formed the New York meeting back then, we had a policy that said if a member dies, we all chip in money to make sure the body is sent home. There was no idea of burying someone here. That never happened back then. Nobody, you send them home to their parents. Today, many cases, people are buried here now. And I know that there's people on each other. But back then, every effort was made. So we had a policy, and I think it was $7,000 was what we should to send someone home. But I remember that very well. There were a few members in New York that died, and we would all take money from the organization and send the body home. And every member is levied $100 to replenish. So these were the things that helped us begin to realize that this is home now, and what in Onitsha we can do here now, which is how people support each other in Onitsha. We have to do that here now. There was a sense of that this is home now, and we have to be there for everybody.
My undergraduate, I went to undergraduate in Texas.
So I was not originally in California, so the association was already in existence. The association was already here when I came in the early 19th, and I joined. But it so happened like when you have a group of Onitsha people anywhere in the world, even before I came to America, my dad was a civil servant, and every city in Nigeria where my dad worked, we had association of Onitsha people. This idea of having association of Onitsha people didn't just start here in America. It started way back in Nigeria, where because Onitsha people in those days were a lot of civil servants amongst us. And in Nigeria, if you know the system well, the system is that if their parent or parents are a civil servant, they transfer them from one state to another or from one city to another. And wherever you see Onitsha person or a group of Onitsha people, they always like to. Onitsha people are known for enjoying the company of each other. And when they get together, they like to be happy. They like to enjoy life.
When I came down to Atlanta, we started Onitsha Association here around 1995. I'm part of the pioneers. You know what happened? Most of the time we gather at somebody's house before we created the association. So some of us say, let's form a meeting. Let's start having a formal meeting.
In the Southeast area, we decided to have a place where we can have a critical number. That's Atlanta. It's more centric. So people from Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee, North Carolina, Florida, welcome to Georgia, Atlanta, because it's central to do it there. Also, there are more of us there in Georgia. It's easier for the ones that are less to travel in than the other ones.
So that's where we created the Onitsha Association here, and we call it Onitsha Ado Club of Atlanta.
In 1988, July 15, my son passed. He was 5 years old. It was a tragic accident. He was drowned. So it was all over the news in Massachusetts. It was all over the news, and yes. So, and then we were just about 6 years old here. Because that's my son that I had when I first came. We were 6 years old and he's 5. So we haven't met anybody, and so the news, and they said the name of the person, last name, but they say that Nigerian couple that their son. So people started coming to our house, our address in Brighton, and that's how we started meeting people. So they came just to pay their respects and all that. Right there, the Onitsha people. When they came, some of them that came, they didn't know that I'm from Onitsha because the way I write my name and then my last name, it's Neck, but I spell it N-E-C-A, and then with my last name. When you see it, you say to look African. There's no way you say it. This is Igbo, not to mention that it's Onitsha. So when people came and they were all speaking English, so when they realized that I'm Igbo, like the Igbos, that they couldn't make it. And from there, the Onitsha people, some of the Onitsha people that came, they couldn't believe it. And then I met one person that I know, and all of a sudden, the news, people started coming. And right there in my house, Onitsha people started their meeting. They said that we cannot do this anymore. We have to find a way to be supporting each other. And that's so the meeting, the first Onitsha meeting in Massachusetts,
that started was 1988 because of my son that passed. First president, I believe, was oh God, that's too long ago. Yeah, I think it was Nnayungo Kwasi Chikonora. Yeah, if I remember correctly. If he wasn't the first person, he was one time the president.
So from there, we, coming to Chicago, started to invite a lot of Onitsha people in the area. So subsequently, we were able to meet Mr. Robert Woolley. From there, we met the Oliers, Onenyi Olie and Daoma Olie, and we started bringing them to our house. So eventually, we were able to gather enough people to decide to form a meeting or organization of the Onitsha here in Chicago.
When we started in Chicago, we were very young. I was probably the only wife. Most others at the time were single. Only Baji was married at the time. So our home was the Onitsha home. Everybody came, everybody got fed, everybody had a drink and went home.
At the inception, we had quite a few families that joined the organization, which we named Ado N'Idu. It started in 1994. We came here in 1992. The first inaugural meeting was held in our basement, So that's how we started. And from there, it blossomed to something much bigger.
I remember one occasion where one of the Onitsha men visited and had such a good time, had plenty to drink. And somebody actually called me was upset with me that he was tipsy when he was going home. Well, I didn't think that it was my responsibility to moderate his drinking, but that was how we were, a cohesive family, kind of doing things together. No one was bigger than the other person. We just, were a group of brothers who came together, and I was the only wife at the time. Eventually, Odoze Akpogbu came to live in Chicago, so she was the second one that came to Chicago. So, we did everything as one family, one happy family.
For the Houston one, I remember not going to one of them and being very, very disillusioned by it. All the arguments and, nothing seems to be happening. And I stopped going until my father came and asked for the Onitsha people. He came to see me in Houston. He said, "Where are the Onitsha people?" And then I called one or two people and they came immediately. Within hours, then everybody came to see him. That my home was full. And in front of everybody, my father says, "Okay, my daughter doesn't go to the meeting. Why doesn't he come to Chicago?" So there's a lot of argument. And my father says, "Go. No matter what's going on, when your family is meeting, you go to the family meeting. If they're arguing, you argue. Whatever is going on, go ahead and be part of that meeting." Based on that, I started being even more engaged. And what he said was very true. You can't isolate yourself from the family. Family have arguments, they have fights, they have disagreements. Everybody sits down, talks about it, and everybody gets back into what makes you a family and work towards that common goal.
Okay. Well, how did you guys come up with the name? Do you remember?
Yeah. During the meeting, after the meeting, we wanted to give it a name and asked everybody to make a suggestion of a name that they think that would be appropriate. Different people gave names, but one person, Dr. Chuma Ononye from Odoja, he was here in Chicago at the time. He finished his residency at Cook County Hospital. So he was the one that gave the name Ado N'Idu. So after we all looked at the different names that people suggested, we felt that was probably a better name, and we voted, and that's how we got the name.
While we were doing the paperwork, we find out that association is not going to fly because it needs additional permission to have an association. The word association in an organization's name. So we have to come back to the meeting and let them know that it's not going to work. And at that time, we decided to have it as Onitsha Organization tri-state area. It was a tri-state there that we registered, that after it expanded to what states?
I think it's one of us that come up with that name. Professor Osadebe is late now. Professor Osadebe. I'm forgetting his first name. He died 2 years ago. And he is the first president of Onitsha Ado Club of Atlanta.
It was so nice. So warm. But people will look forward to having our meetings once a month. And you come with your children. And people go and shop just to get yourself ready that you're coming for this meeting. The families, we're just behaving as brothers. And if new people come from Nigeria, come from Onitsha, and we know about it, they'll know about the meeting, they will come and they're welcome. We have meeting for maybe for an hour, and that is rejuvenating. And we keep on, after the meeting, we just stay on and we are partying. We are partying, and God. It was just great.
Yeah,